Welcome to Culture Screen, where we analyze culture. In this episode, we are summarizing The Matrix Resurrections. The Matrix Resurrections was written by Lana Wachowski, David Mitchell, and Alexander Hemmon. Not including The Animatrix, Resurrections is the fourth film in the franchise. Now, this is a spoiler alert. I will be summarizing the entire movie in this video, so if you have not seen it yet, stop the video now. Now let's begin. In the beginning, we are introduced to a scene reminiscent of the first Matrix, where Trinity is confronted by agents. We are in a modal created by Neo, which is an experimental playground or coding sandbox based on Neo's past memories. Here we learn from Bugs that the modal is used to evolve programs and make them better. This is why in the original Matrix film Trinity escapes, but in the modal's version she is captured by more advanced agents. While Trinity nearly escapes, she is caught by Smith Morpheus, while Bugs is caught by agents. Bugs manages to run into a room of keys where Smith Morpheus runs after her. Here they both confess to seeing Neo. Bugs sees Neo in another body as he is about to jump off of a building. Smith Morpheus sees Neo's code in water. Bugs provides Smith Morpheus, who is also an agent under the control of the modal, to free himself and join the resistance when Bugs offers him the red pill. As the agents continue to pursue Bugs and Smith Morpheus, the red pill takes effect and Smith Morpheus becomes Morpheus, and they both escape the modal with the help of Seek. In the next scene, we see Neo working at Binary Corp, and he believes that all of the memories of the Matrix he has are all part of a mental breakdown, and that those memories all happened in his video game and not his real life. At one point, Neo notices an error in the modal code and is quickly interrupted by Jude, who does not want him noticing the anomaly. Once Jude is alerted of Neo's suspicion, he recommends they head over to Simulate, a nearby coffee shop. Here, Neo encounters Tiffany, who, like Neo, has been trapped by the analyst inside the Matrix yet again. Tiffany is Trinity. Although Tiffany now has a husband and 2 children as a way of keeping her attached to the simulated reality and away from her truth as Trinity. After this encounter, Neo heads back to his office and finds that the Modal 101 code has been deleted after Bugs was able to free Morpheus from the modal. Here, he goes back to speak to his supervisor, the new version of Agent Smith, who reminds Neo to go to speak to his psychiatrist. Remember to click on the notification bell so you are reminded when I upload the next episode. I will be reviewing other TV shows and movies in the future as well. Also, let me know what other TV series or movie you would like me to summarize below in the comment section. Stay tuned. Jude and Agent Smith are tasked with constantly surveilling Neo at work by the analyst, who doubles as Neo's psychiatrist. The analyst's main responsibility is to keep Neo from exiting the Matrix again by reinforcing to Neo that he is simply having another mental breakdown. The medication he prescribes to Neo is the same blue pill that keep him ignorant of the fact he is trapped in the Matrix. Once Morpheus is freed from the Matrix, Bugs and Morpheus re-enter it to free Neo. Once Neo is awakened in his pod while he is being extracted, he notices Trinity has been plugged back into the Matrix and is asleep in her pod as well. Neo is extracted by Bugs' machines and is boarded onto the Mnemosyne ship, named after the Greek goddess of memory. After rescuing Neo from the Matrix, the Mnemosyne crew heads over to Io, where Neo meets Niobe again. Niobe tells Neo that 60 years have passed since the machine wars they and Morpheus fought in. Niobe also explains how the machines eventually attacked again and won. Morpheus died, and as a result, Zion was reduced to rubble. Io is a new type of Zion where machines and humans who have defected from the Matrix live in harmony. Because of this peace they have managed to establish, Niobe refuses to allow Neo re-entry into the Matrix to save Trinity. Niobe does this by arresting Neo and holding him against his will in a cell. Of course, Bugs and Morpheus immediately free Neo and escape with him so they can help him free free Trinity. As soon as they enter the Matrix, Agent Smith and a crew of other exile programs like the Merovingian, who are fighting to bring the Matrix into what it used to be, attack Neo and his crew. Neo, of course, is able to defeat Smith and the other exile programs. Once they are done, the crew heads out to find Tiffany, aka Trinity. Once Neo finds Trinity in her workshop, the analyst steps in and uses bullet time effects to slow the Matrix down so Neo is rendered almost motionless. As Neo is immobilized, the analyst explains that after Neo and Trinity died during their trip to the source, he resurrected them in order to study them. In doing so, he was able to find that keeping them close to each other while also suppressing their memories, he was able to produce a new form of the Matrix that was a lot more resistant to the anomalies of prior iterations. The analyst tells Neo that because he has been freed from the Matrix again, the Matrix may be rebooted. The analyst tells Neo that he is in fact on his side and only wishes for the Matrix to run effectively, and so he has convinced his superiors that Neo would willingly return to his pod if it was made clear to him that Trinity would be killed if he refused. Once the ship sent out by Niobe reaches the Namasani ship crew, they are all forced to eject themselves out of the Matrix. Niobe, however, helps Neo by bringing him to Sati. Sati is willing to help Neo free Trinity from the machines because her parents were both killed by the machines once their purpose had been met. Once Neo re-enters the Matrix, he makes a deal with the analyst. The deal being that if he is able to convince Trinity to exit the Matrix, he will allow her to do so, and they both get to walk away free. If Neo cannot manage to convince her, then he will willingly allow himself to be plugged back into the pod he was freed from. The analyst agrees. After Neo sits down with Trinity and tries to convince her, he is unsuccessful. When Tiffany's children and husband come in looking for her, as she gets up to leave the building with her family, she remembers her true identity as Trinity and chooses to leave the Matrix with Neo. At this moment, the analyst uses bullet time yet again to stop time and tries to kill Trinity himself. As he is about to kill her, Agent Smith steps in and begins shooting at the analyst out of sheer revenge for having imprisoned him back in the Matrix again. This provides Neo and Trinity just enough time to try and escape the Matrix yet again. As they reach the rooftop of the skyscraper, they hold hands and leap off the edge of the building. To our surprise, Neo cannot fly, unlike in the prior movies, and it is Trinity who is able to hold onto Neo and flies him away to safety. Now that Trinity has discovered her control over the Matrix, they both fly back to the analyst, and Trinity proceeds to beat him up, and in the end, she thanks him for giving them a second shot at remaking the Matrix into the way they wish for it to be, and they both fly away. We upload new videos every week, so subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. Click the notification bell to be notified of when we upload these videos. See you on the next episode of Culture Screen.